Thank you so much for the opportunity. I will be talking about the software development services, challenges, and opportunity. First of all, who I am. My name is Shakil, and I did bachelor back in 2006. Then I did master's and PhD from Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, specifically related to software and software security. And in between, I worked for some research-oriented government agencies in Pakistan, specifically NESCOM. I was their Deputy Project Director, CERT. Then I started to work for the RNS solution. What RNS solution is, it's a reliable and secure solution. Why RNS, we will talk later. So this is overall picture of RNS solution. We have done almost 50 projects. We have researcher and developer, those are around 43. We are based in 3 countries and 4 years of excellence. So we have some projects. One blockchain project is called Anthelia project, and another startup is called Eros. If anybody have a question anytime, just stop me, ask me your questions, and we will have a brief session. So what are software development challenges and what are the way forward? This will be the first topic. The second will be software development career choices, how we have to proceed, what are my takes, what are my 2 cents on it. And then we might also talk about blockchain, what the ABC blockchain is, why it's a disruptive technology. First of all, software fails. According to US, one of the top research group, they concluded 6% only large size project are successful. Otherwise, they fall in 3 categories. They fail, they over budgeted, or they totally took longer time. So what we should do, how can we avoid these failure, over budget, and late delivery of these projects? So let's review first of all SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle, that we learned during our studies of software engineering. So the first part is analysis and the software requirements, and then we do some prototype, and then we design what we are going to develop. And then we start developing product, and most of the teams are doing testing at the end and the integration at the end, and then the deployment. So this SDLC is very old as I am in computer science, like it's last decade process going through step-by-step software development. Anyway, we will take this SDLC process and we will refine it how we should do software development. So the first important part we can see software requirement specification that is comprised of all the other, that is touching all the other part of the software development. It is not just at one place. The software requirement specifications start from the 0 and it went until the deployment, and it is changing. It's live documents. These are the live requirements. Those are changing over the period of time when we are doing software development. So in SRS, or software requirement specification, usually we have some challenges, and those challenges are incomplete requirements. So just consider we are focusing on this area. So usually SRS, the user doesn't give you complete information. Whatever they think the other people are also thinking like this, or they understand what is your need. When they write their software requirement, their sentence are incomplete. It doesn't give you the full meaning. So there is a communication gap in the SRS. And during the SRS, usually software teams are not fully involved. So these are the challenges in SRS. Let's see what are the challenges in the project management. So usually project managers, they do wrong estimations. Their project performance or the tracking or the managing critical part of the projects are poor. And if there are changes in the software and they couldn't manage the change management. So these are the reasons. That's why software cancelled. That's why software fails. So if let's see the code. So in code, the code challenges are the very few challenges. Usually I say the challenge is software requirement specification, and the second challenge is project management. Code is the easiest part. Usually you have a code design or the pattern, and then you have a semantic or statistical challenges in the code. And the major challenge that what I felt is poor documentation. If you have a good code design and pattern, still developer doesn't like documentation. And that is one of the bigger challenge. Let's dive into the last part, that is the test. And I also added documentation there. So usually we say quality control, but we just do quality assurance at the end. We didn't do the quality control. We have to include this testing or the quality control from early to the end. So what usually we do at RNS Solution is when we have a software requirement specification, we do analysis and we involve the entire software development team in the analysis. And before developing anything, we do all wireframing, and then we consider as a team, we are developing side by side. Front end team is developing front end side, and the back end is developing back end. And the quality assurance team is whatever they are developing, they are going into the quality control department. And before that, we set up the whole development process, or the pipeline, we call it. That pipeline usually these days called CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous development, or continuous integration, CI/CD. So when you set up this CI/CD pipeline, it's become very easy. If there is a change, that can be reflected very quickly on your production environment. Okay, why software over budget? Usually because of rework. And the rework is because of the changes or because of the poor conceive of SRS. Or when you do testing, you find out, oh, we didn't consider this test case. And then that's why you feel challenges and the reworks generate. And when the reworks comes, usually developers feel very overwhelmed, like, oh, I have done this work. Why didn't you tell me to do in right way? Why you are telling me right now to do this job again? I have done the same thing and I did it wrong. And they feel like worthless in that situation, or useless, like I am doing the same thing 2 or 3 times. So that's why the project usually over budget, and we have to pay attention, specifically SRS. And SRS, the software requirement specification, is the key in any software development. So usually 84's defects in the softwares come even writing before single line of code. We didn't write a code and there is a bugs, there is a defects in the software, and where it comes from, it comes from bad conceive of SRS. You didn't work on your SRS. And if we see SRS is 57% and there is a wireframing or design of the software, that is 27%. You didn't write any code, and that's how your 84% challenges come. So if we say, we see the methodology, how you have to develop software. So using Agile is more better, even for the bigger project, and the waterfall is definitely obsolete technology. So if you see there is a 42% project, those are successful. Out of the successful 42% use the Agile technology, and the waterfall is 26%. So Agile has more better result. So in Agile, there's a 50%, those are challenge project, challenge being like over budget or late delivery. And in waterfall, definitely the numbers are higher. In cancel project in Agile, there is a less chance your project will cancel. But in waterfall methodology for the project management or doing any software project, the chances are higher. So large size projects, the success rate is really very bad. So in conclusion, I will took these two parts. You have to pay attention to your SRS and make your pipeline CI/CD and pay attention to test and documentation. Don't just pay attention to writing code. Code is not only the software. So these are a few of my thoughts about software development. Why of software developer? So do you have any questions?
Sir, there was a question regarding software requirement gathering for freelancing. Since you said it's an important process, and while freelancing, most of the youngsters, especially in this university, we do avoid the requirement gathering phase because it takes a lot of time. So what do you recommend to the freelancers regarding SRS?
Very good question. I'm happy you asked these questions. Unfortunately, our universities are not teaching about the freelancing. Our communities are not teaching the freelancing. And Pakistan is one of the top freelancer provider country, and we have very talented freelancer. Unfortunately, instead of giving too much to the Pakistan, it is taking too much away from Pakistan. Why? Because we are not paying attention to the SRS and test and documentation, quality control during doing freelancing. And when we go through the software development research, the result I presented you, this is not like one-day research. This has been done by one of the biggest software development research group in US over 35 years. And they only took these results, that's what I was sharing you. These results are coming from US industry. That is one of the top most software development agency country. And if their number are bad, what about the other countries? And what about their software? So for the freelancer, I will recommend, if you want to do freelancing, don't do it alone. Make your team, make your setup, make your pipeline. There are many of yours, when we are going to talk about the career, I will be giving you the career suggestions. And I will also include freelancing, because you asked me this question. This is very popular because we heard some success stories. And these success stories are overwhelming us. And we are, the majority of our youth is not getting benefit. You know how many software developers are coming out of universities from Pakistan? More than 25,000 every year. And how many are accommodated in the industry as a freelancer? Only few. Why not this 25,000 just go into the Pakistan economy or the industry, and everybody get job? So let's talk about it. Very good question. I love that. Any other question? So because this is the second part that I'm going to talk about, why of software developer. Why start with the what? Actually, this why is not why, kyun. This why is what, how, and this why at the end is why. So I divided this why. Find your why. What is why? For example, if you ask somebody, what do you do? This first W, they say, I do cooking, I am a chef, I am a doctor, I am a mechanic, I am an IT engineer, I'm a software engineer, I'm a web developer, I'm a front end, I am a back end. Everybody in the world knows what they do. There are only few people they knows how they do, how other people do, and how they do better than other. Only few people in the world knows why they do what they do. This is the why that we are going to mostly focus in our career. So software development is not the only career. We are a human being, and our industry is a software development industry. So what is objective of our life, how we are living, how we manage our professional career as well as our life. That is the main thing what I think we have to find, and then we have to move forward. So the good thing is, coding is not only software development. As we saw from the research, that is not my thoughts, that is not my only experience, that is research. And from research we saw, software development team not only need mostly developers, they they need some other parts. They need human resource, technical recruiter, they need business development team, and these are specified area. Every software developer think like they can do business development, they can do human resource, they can do marketing, they can write content, they can do quality insurance, sorry, not insurance, it's a typo, assurance, and project management. And but I think these are very specialized area, and at our team, in my team, we lack in this area a lot. Mostly at RNS Solution, 98% are software engineers, like 98% are computer science background. Only out of 43 people, there are 3 people those does not have computer science degree. And out of these 3, only 1 work in the software development actual main assignment. Those 2 are like admin and accounts and operations and those kind of role. So it means we are 99% as a team are computer scientists. So all computer software engineer, or computer engineer, or software engineer, or BScs, computer science guys, they fall whether they are writing codes, whether they are doing these supporting roles. So these supporting roles are very, very important. This is one wonderful thing. But let me tell you one important thing. The software development is the main recipe, and it's a fast-paced growth, good salary, high demand in the market. However, in human resource, there are less opportunities. For example, we have 5 to 6 supporting roles, less minus like project management and quality assurance. At RNS Solution, we consider quality assurance and project management as a part of software development. That's why we have 3 quality assurance people, and we have 3 project management people. And I am also involved in the project management. So 4 and 3, 7 at least out of like 43. And then for the HR, we have 3 persons. For business development and marketing, luckily I'm doing alone. But we lack here. We feel bad about this. We need some computer science people. Those can do business development because we are a service-oriented agency. But the good thing is, if you can do code, if you can understand software, and if you can understand the technicalities or the domain knowledge, please go in this area. But if you are going in this area, make your mind. If you want to do quality assurance, not insurance, just make your mind. There is a lot of room. You can do wonders there. In project management, you can do wonders there. You can have better salaries than even software developer if you are doing good quality assurance and the good project management. And the same for human resource, business development, and marketing is so slow. Initially, your class fellows, they will be getting more salaries, more financial incentive. Your growth will be slow. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like after 5-7 years of work experience, you might be doing almost equivalent to your team members, software developers. So these are my thoughts. These are not the research. So let's talk about why. This why I learned from many good teachers. So usually in the world, people knows, as I said, what they do. For example, I'm a front-end developer, back-end developer, and I'm a mobile application developer, or I am a freelancer. This line is called I am a freelancer. I can do every software. I'm expert in every programming language. Because your user required this thing. They demand you. They ask you, can you do this thing? And because you need to earn money and you say, yes, I can do this thing. And then you make mistakes. So this why what everybody knows, but how you develop software, you don't know the best practices. You don't use the good methodology, how other people develop software, and what is the best framework or the architecture or the design pattern or the code pattern that you have to use for software development. So, but in why you want to develop software? Why don't you want to sell vegetables, fruit? Why don't you want to become a doctor? Why don't you want to become some banking or the financial industry advisor or something else? Because we got chance only in computer science. No, this shouldn't be the answer. If we are now in the software development agency, let's find out first of all, I will give you my why. If you see my career, I happen to be in computer industry. I choose computer engineering by my choice, and I did MS and PhD after leaving my pakki naukri. Usually people call it pakki naukri from NESCOM, from reasonable grade. I just resigned. I just left it and I pursue my dream. I went through very tough situations and still going through very tough situation. So why I did this, that was my why I want to do it. In 2013, in the same city where I am right now, I was looking at this city. It is developed very beautifully. The infrastructure is so amazing, and the entire nation is well educated. Their literacy rate is 97%. And I was thinking at night, like loudly with my friend, how Pakistan and how we can develop, how can we play a role to develop Pakistan? How can we play a role to develop our youth like this? That was my why. And that led me to take the difficult part, and still it's a difficult part, and it will be difficult part because I will be taking challenge. Let's see, because I was one of the founder of RNS solution, reliable and secure solution. So I set for the RNS solution goal. So I will suggest you, if you are going to choose some software development career or any career, first see in the industry who align with your why you want to do it. For example, I want to touch millions of lives. I want to help millions of people to raise their living standard. I want to help my community to raise awareness and live like nicely or comfortably. That was one of the thought. So in your career, being a young software developer, first see what is your goal, skills, how you can grow, how the other software agencies, they align with your goals. Do they have the same skill set? Can they help you to grow? And can they help you to achieve your goal? For example, at RNS Solution, usually when somebody joins us, I explain them, our goal is to help millions. That is our tagline. We want to serve millions. How we want to serve millions? By providing the best skills and the opportunity to our team members, and our team member serve best software services to our client. Those software can touch millions of lives. For example, right now we are doing 2 software development projects. One project is a vaccine passport for Korean industry. If this is one mobile application, but it's wonderful. It's better for the community. Another is a financial literacy platform for Islamic Development Bank. In the age of this millennial or Generation Z or the Gen Z, or the generation that we don't know, whatever will be coming, they will not know how the finances will be liquid in future. For example, right now you just sent a message and it is a transaction on Telenor, and the wallets are coming. I'm using here wallets. I'm doing transaction while talking to you, and that you will see how quickly I can do transaction. I just scan my face. I choose transfer tab. This is like a second touch. I put $1. I put confirm. I choose my account, and this transaction after 5 steps has been done. This is how finances is liquid. Now I have to put my code. Yeah, the transaction has been done. 5 to 6 steps. And the finances will be more liquid in coming day. So we are developing this financial literacy platform specifically to Islamic finances and then to legacy finances that other world is using. So this is our why, serving millions. But if you see our first why, that is providing the best skills and the opportunity. How we provide best skills, we are the first team in the world, in the Pakistan, sorry, that is giving secure code warrior training to our software developer. What is a secure code warrior? Let me give you one example of secure code warrior. This is, for example, secure code warrior. This is their training environment. Let me sign in. So this is a live coding and the security challenge. Usually software developer, they don't care about their security of the software, and they are not well aware about the security domain. So why not we train them in their own pace, and we provide them training as well as we provide them certification free of cost. We are not charging anything, but this is one of the skills that we are providing. For example, and this is not for the one programming language. For example, there's a ton of all kind of programming languages there. And if you don't know the programming language, you are quality assurance person like me, so let's do the pseudocoding. And in the pseudocoding, it is giving you the entire live environment where you can go. You see there is attacker and you accept the challenge. Whatever the challenge is, it is going to tell you. It's a locate vulnerability. Like this vulnerability is related to SQL injections. These are like, then it is letting me know like, okay, here are the challenges. So I have to see these queries, where these queries are coming. For example, I'm concatenating here, for example, plus sign. So in concatenation, I shouldn't do this concatenation because these are SQL. It's easy to do SQL injection when there is a concatenation, and same here. So these kind of challenges, if I remove this like plus sign, just use as an argument, this will go away. So this kind of trainings we are providing to our developers. And another way, our kind CTO, he's a ex-Faustian. We have a lot of Faustian, and that's why I accepted this invitation, though it's an honor for me. And he made design pattern for the new software developer. For example, if you want to go for the Go language, we have all the software development career path for you. So we give 3 months. Our basic salaries, if you have like potential, you go through the hacker rank. We give you the go ahead, you join us with some basic salary. We provide you the laptop, all the medical facility, all other, even the hostel facility. Hostel is, by the way, air conditioned. I didn't know that earlier. So, and then they provide you a training. Within 3 months, we expect our developer should get first raise. And every 3 months, our human resource development team, they go through the, they review all the team after their 3 months, after their 3 months, after their one projects. And then they take input from the project management, team lead, their colleagues, and then we discuss it, how to help him to achieve his goal. For example, one team member, he came recently, he joined us, he's from ComSat. He said, I want to be team lead within a year. I said, okay, we have team lead here. We have a team lead here. There might be a difficult chance, but we don't have a team lead here. But this is a difficult part. Path, can you accept it? He said, yes, I want to. And he's doing that. And within a few months, he's doing amazing job. There are people, they started with us with certain salary. After 1 year, the raise is a 4 times. Why this fast pace? There are people that need more time to get ready. There are people, those are already ready. Why not we help them to achieve their goal? So if you see RNS solution goal, providing best skill and the best opportunity. Opportunities have like not only salaries, we want to have better salary than Google and being in Pakistan, that is our objective. Though we didn't do not achieve yet, but that is our objective. We want to achieve, we want to provide salaries better than Google and Facebook. So this is one of the targets. That is our why. And how we do training, we do does not provide only job, but we provide career. We help you to achieve your goal. For example, one guy from Toronto, his name is Shakil. I want to see, like I discussed with him, I see him as a like CEO, and why not I help him to achieve his goal? There is another guy recently I met. I saw him as a leader, and I told him I want to see this kind of progress from you. I expect this kind of a progress from you. And what is your thought? And he has the same like goals and ambitions, and we are helping them to achieve their goal. And we do security audits. We have mathematicians. Usually software development team does not have a mathematician. They does not have security person who do the security audit. They do not have a quality assurance people. They do not have a project management. So we have specific role for specific job, and we let our team members to explore other area. Another, we have our own startups, and we need leaders. And usually I talk to my team and I request them, I don't want you to follow somebody. I want you to follow yourself and be a leader. I want you to grow as a leader. So in what? We have best practices, many do's and don'ts. Usually the best don't waste developer time. And we have roadmaps and boilerplate we provide to developers, and they accept. They learn one technology. Blockchain. Blockchain is high demand software development area. So have you heard any revolution that knock on the door of any nation and they say, okay, I'm a revolution and I'm coming after 1 year or 2 years? I never ever heard any revolution that is knocking the door of nation or knocking and telling us like I'm coming after 1 year, I'm coming, or any tsunami, any earthquake. Okay, I'm coming after 2 days. Wait for me. The revolutions come, disruptions come. That's why we call it revolution. That's why we call it disruptions, without knocking, without letting us know. Same, we were talking about fourth industrial revolution. However, there was a revolution that was happening in the world. That was a blockchain revolution. But because it is disruptive, so we don't want to accept it. We don't want to accept a person in our community that is an outsider. So that is our challenge. But somehow blockchain came as a disruptive technology. I can talk hours of hours. It's a disruptive. I met my professor few months back for his birthday, and he said, "Are you still like same passionate about blockchain?" I said, "Yes, professor." And he said, "Okay, now I am also passionate about blockchain." So, but 4 years ago, he was very susceptible not to accept this blockchain as a main tech. He considered blockchain as a main tech, but the application in the financial industry, because that was difficult to grasp how the blockchain will reshape our financial landscape. So it's a disruptive technology. I will say, if you want to work on the core blockchain, for example, right now we are developing 2 core blockchain. Core blockchain, there are only few companies in Pakistan, those are working on core blockchain. One is using blockchain and making application, NFT, DeFi, that's okay. The core blockchain is, for example, we are making one storage blockchain, another application specific blockchain. Those are core blockchain, consensus protocol. gossip protocol, using gRPC for the communication, using distributed databases. So that is the part of like core blockchain. What will be the states of the chains? What will be the size of block? So if you want to learn those kind of technology, I will recommend go for the Golang. If you want to use the application, usually we call the application layer connecting through the smart contracts, and those are written in Solidity. Smart contracts are, by the way, not smart, not neither contract, but it's called smart contract, and that used for DApps and DeFi and NFT technologies, NFT apps. Then Node is popular because JavaScript is the web language and web is the way forward. There is no future for any other apps that I can see. I see more future in the web other than the apps because we have million of devices, and in these devices we cannot have specific app. For example, I have a watch and I cannot have a special app for the watch. Right now we are doing this practice, and I just bought Ray-Ban, and that Ray-Ban cannot have like separate app development. So we cannot go in future every app, my car, separate app for car. Right now we are going in this direction, but in future we want the interoperability, one app working on different platform. And that is the way forward of web, and the web is future. And in web, JavaScript is the universal language right now, though TypeScript is taking over JavaScript, and Node.js accept TypeScript and JavaScript. So I will recommend, if you want to learn web languages, TypeScript and framework Node.js is good. In front end, this is a very big part. Don't say you are a HTML and CSS developer and then you think you are a front end developer. Go for the framework. React is okay, Vue is okay. Also learn Swill, because it is using, these are using Virtual DOM. That's why we call the reactivity. But Swill is not using Virtual DOM. It's kind of an electric car in the age of IC engine. IC engines are though marvelous, but the Swill is the future. For the webs, Flutter and React Native cross-platform, they are taking over. So I will also say there are two other languages, WebAssembly and Rust. The path is very high, very steep. There's less jobs in Pakistan, but it is high in demand, and the less community support available.